I think you have to view sustainability in the long run. You have to have sort of a longer term view on it. And on the longer term, we believe that there is financial benefit focusing on sustainability.
Awareness of the climate is not something new to COWI, but in the autumn 2008, the huge engineering consultancy began to work more systematically with sustainability. What does it mean then?
Sustainability for COWI is focusing on people, planet, profit. That's basically what we say. It can sound very simple, but it's actually fairly complex. But focusing, if we take the planet part, that's very much focusing on environment. So that means when we build a house, when we build a bridge, or whatever we might think of doing, let's think about climate change. We see also as a consequence of the climate change that there will be too much water in the places where you don't want it, and there will be too little water in the places where you actually want it. And then we take the people side. And for us, people means that we have to treat all our stakeholders with respect and dignity. And that means obviously the people that work for us, which means that we are very focused on diversity, equal opportunities here in COWI, personal development. But it's also for the people that work for us in our projects there to make sure that the labor standards are of a certain level and fairly high. And the last part, the profit side, means that we have to make a living also in the long term. So we have to think holistic. But for our industry, the profit side is also earning the money that we earn in an ethical way. Meaning that for us, anti-corruption is very high on our agenda, and we have a major program to ensure that everyone in the organization knows what our stand is on anti-corruption. So the 3 Ps, people, planet, and profit, is really how we define sustainability.
So how do COWI implement sustainability in a major organization housing 6,000 employees spread all over the world?
Basically what we do is focusing both from the top and from the bottom. So we have laid down sort of a sustainability platform defining sort of overall parameters on what we want to do and what we expect from our business and what we expect from our support units. But then we also try to sort of let people from the bottom come in with suggestions and ideas in order to anchor this around the world, because it's difficult being in a headquarter telling everyone what to do. I think you need to sort of get people's engagement from the regions, so they have a very big say in how they want to implement and how they want to work with sustainability in the regions. And then once again, it will be a process, because we see that some regions are much more keen on focusing on it than other regions. And obviously, they will be front runners. So it will not come at the same time, it will come sort of in a phased approach.
Sustainability concerns not only the buildings, but also the process and cooperations before the buildings stand there.
Where you can say there is a perfect match, it's really where you can have a dialogue between the customer and between COWI. We come in with ideas and minimum standards, and the customer is eager to sort of play along with it. If it's only us, as the consultant saying, these are the minimum standards, you have to do it this way, it becomes more one-sided. I think it's really good. You have much more creativity and innovation when you bring more partners to the table, and that's really where we can see some fantastic projects coming out of it.
Besides increases in the demand for sustainable buildings, COWI has noticed other direct benefits of the sustainability focus.
We see in-house, for example, that our employees, they like the fact that we work with these things. So I believe that a direct benefit is that it can help us attract and retain the most qualified staff in the world, which is basically what we live from. That's having the most qualified staff. Another direct benefit is that it can hopefully give us some economic savings by, for example, making a green account, continuously looking at our processes and making them more energy efficient, for example. Well, that will save us some money on the short term. But then there are obviously also some longer benefits on sustainability, meaning that this will create new business for us, I'm sure.
If you ask COWI, the only way to survive is to be sustainable.
I actually don't believe that we can be in the industry of consulting engineering on the long term if we don't focus on sustainability. Because we see that it's a market parameter and it's something that our customers require from us. And obviously we also see the legislation moving only in one direction, becoming more and more focused on environmental issues and so forth. So in the long run, it's pure business for us as well. And I think that's an important thing to focus on as well.
If sustainability is the only way to go, what is the problem then?
There's no quick fixes within sustainability. And that can be a challenge because it can be difficult to get people on board since it's such a long process. And it can be difficult to communicate also that we are not perfect. This is a 5-year, 10-year plan. So the fact that you don't see the quick wins immediately can be a challenge, I think, in this field. You have to think long-term. You have to think holistic in order to make it work.